Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra.
Yo, yo, yo. Let's do a quick spin around. Let's do one more. Ooh-wee. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. This is the thing that you absolutely love to hear. As an Arizona Cardinal fan, for years and years and years and years, have we seen so many productive, great players fall through the cracks because the Arizona Cardinals couldn't afford them, because for some reason we didn't value them. The fans did, but the Cardinals didn't. But now we're seeing a regime that finally values the core pieces of this freaking team. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news dropping in the world of the Arizona Cardinals, and what you suspected is going to happen, what I suspected was going to happen, we just needed to kind of see that darn breaking news, and ladies and gentlemen, finally dropped. The Arizona Cardinals are signing Budda Baker to a 3-year extension, to a $54 million contract extension, including $30 million guaranteed. Let's get some DJ air horns up in here. Budda Baker hopefully retires as an Arizona Cardinal. This is exactly what you wanted. This is amazing news. This is absolutely amazing news. Now, this is not going to be one of those things where I think for the most part, everybody can agree this is absolutely fantastic news, right? I think there's been a lot of debate going back and forth, whether it's who's at fault at the offensive side of the ball or this and that. This is year 2, right? All these opinions out the floor. I think we can all finally agree that this is the move that you needed to make, Monty Ossenfort, and you did it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for making the move, Monty. Budda Baker is now signed to a 3-year extension, and boy, oh boy, does it feel absolutely wonderful. We just signed James Conner not too long ago, which was a little weird to me in terms of the timing. So that's why I'm like, is Budda Baker coming back soon? Or is Budda Baker going to be in the offseason? Because James Conner was what, about 3 weeks ago? 2.5 weeks ago? 3 weeks, something like that? And then shortly after, Budda Baker is now in the mix. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. Now, I want to be very clear. There's a lot of people kind of hesitant, right? Yeah, not hesitant because of the idea that they don't like Budda Baker, but some people reached out to me, and that's completely fine. They reached out to me saying, hey, is this a good move? It is. It's an absolute good move for multiple different reasons. Budda Baker is the heart and soul of this defense. He leads by example. He is leading the entire NFL in solo tackles as a safety. And he's number 2 in total tackles in the NFL as a safety. Ladies and gentlemen, a guy that's going to put their heart, soul, and tears, and blood, and sweat, and everything that you could potentially be, a guy that's a football junkie, is now a member of Arizona Cardinals on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm going to tell you this right now, there is at least 20 to 25 teams that will probably most likely ask for the services of Budda Baker if the Cardinals didn't do that. So that goes to show that Budda Baker most likely was going to be a very, very hot commodity in the free agent pool. Now, we didn't allow that to happen. Thankfully, 3-year extension. He's 28 currently. So that's going to put him somewhere in the 30s, early 30s, maybe 31, 32 years old, obviously depending on his birth date. So if Budda Baker can continue to give us this production, and honestly, I don't see him slowing down. The way that he plays, he's been playing the way that he plays for freaking years. For years. I got no worries that Budda Baker is going to continue the motor, continue the leadership, continue to do what he's doing. Budda Baker. Oh, man, this is so wonderful. Let's take it to the comments here. We got my guy Yes in the chat saying, let's go. We got my guy Anthony says, do you think Jalen Thompson will get traded? I mean, we're not really in a I mean, I guess why, right? I mean, let me look at his contract right now. Because right now, I believe Jalen Thompson's still under contract. Let me just find out to see if this is his like last year. If it's his last year, then no, because technically you can't. Let's find out. Jalen Thompson right now, which is our other safety, he is under contract with the Cardinals right now until 2026. Now, granted, there's a voided year out on 2026, so technically it's 2025. So he's under contract at 2025. Now, it depends on how the Cardinals view Jalen Thompson. Are they valuing him high? I mean, I still think Jalen Thompson is a stud. I mean, I personally don't think there's a reason to trade him. Unless they really want to see Dadrian Taylor-Demerson take up that role, right? But even then, it doesn't seem like Jalen Thompson's making like too much money. I mean, the cap hit is actually pretty high. He's taking about 13.7 mil for 2025. But I mean, we still got over $100 million. That's obviously before this Budda Baker signing. So we got to keep in mind that is that gonna hit the cap? Of course. Right, of course. But you're going to bring players back that you feel like is going to be hopefully a staple point in a potential Super Bowl run, right? A potential Super Bowl run. Now, let me be very clear. One guy that I told you guys from the get that you need to sign, and you got to sign real quick, is this guy right here, Budda Baker. Who's the next guy I've been talking about? Trey McBride. Get in front of it. It doesn't have to be in December. We don't have to go 3 for 3 in December. I mean, if they do, they do. Cool. But get on top of it. Trey McBride needs to get also signed up. Let's bring the core pieces that are very, very valuable here for the Cardinals. Got James Conner. Budda Baker, now on a 3-year extension. Let's do the same for Trey McBride. Let's see if we can bring him back. Save a little bit somewhere. This is amazing, though, man. Amazing time. We got my guy Jake in the chat. Says, Budda Baker rocking everywhere. Good vibes. Absolutely. ADAZ says, Jalen Thompson is the most underrated player we have. Keep him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, too. Like, I don't know where there's no point. I mean, he's under contract. Like, why move it? He's a good player. You know what I mean? I like Dadrian Taylor. I really do. He's a rookie. Maybe he can just use a little bit more time learning, right? Jalen Thompson and Budda Baker are in the backfield. I'm very, very confident with both of them back there. So, like, there's no point in trading them, to me, in my opinion. Unless they think that Dadrian Taylor's his next best thing since sliced bread, which, I mean, I like it. I like him. He's shown flashes, but I like Jalen. I like Jalen Thompson. Let's go. Such a good day. Absolutely. Yeah, in the chat says Trey is a no-brainer. I'm not worried about that. I agree. But it's going to happen, right? Whether it's going to be this year, and I'm talking about in 2024, calendar year, not the NFL season, but the calendar year, or happens in the offseason, right? I definitely think it's definitely a priority to happen. If they wait till next year, and I mean in 2025, 2026 offseason, I mean, technically they could wait, but I don't know. I just feel like it could save a little bit more money if the Cardinals do it. Just get in front of it, right? Get in front of it. So, but man, Budda Baker now staying as a Cardinal. How you feeling, y'all? How you feeling? Chat. We got my guy Adrian in the chat says teams would have overpaid for Budda. Lucky we got a deal done before the offseason. Exactly. You don't want Budda Baker. Budda Baker was a very, very probably a possibility of a team that was like, there was rumors out there. Let me just put it this way. There was rumors out there about Budda Baker's name being thrown out there about potentially getting traded, right, in the trade deadline. Now, it happened this year. It happened last year as well. Now, granted, when the trade deadline happened this time around, the Cardinals were in a better position than we were last year, right? But who remembers all the rumors that were happening out there about teams calling about Budda Baker, right? Budda Baker was going to be either, if not with the Cardinals, potentially with a different team and potentially winning a Super Bowl somewhere else. Let's try to see if we have the team that this front office thinks they have, right? And let's see if they can go for it. They got a lot of money. Budda Baker is signed. James Conner is signed. Let's see if Trey McBride can be signed. And Let's see if we can go for it next year. Let's see how far we can go this year, right? Let's see how far we can go this year, because this offseason is going to go crazy. Man, this offseason is going to go crazy. I'm super, super excited about it. Bro, we need 2 elite cornerbacks and a new quarterback. Okay, if you don't know where I stand already, I'm not going to keep repeating it. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. In terms of cornerbacks, I'm honestly, I like what we have in cornerback. I really do. Sean Murphy-Bunting, to me, he's shown some flashes of, hey, it looks like he's getting it. But I don't know. I really like Garrett Williams. I want to see what Max Melton can do. Let him develop. Starling Thomas V, he's shown some flashes here and there as well. So I don't know. I'm a little bit more patient with our cornerbacks personally. Like I said, Sean Murphy-Bunting was pissing me off earlier in the season, but he's actually shown some flashes of, hey, that's a turnover. Hey, that's another turnover. So I'm cool with the cornerbacks right now. Let's go with Tampico. This one, I was really nervous because he did ask for a trade 2 seasons ago, but I'm glad we kept him. 100%. Yeah, there was a trade request that happened last year. I mean, you got to keep in mind, man, players like Budda Baker, if he wanted to get traded and a player really wanted him enough and the Cardinals probably wanted to deal him, it probably would have got done. Budda Baker just wants to win, man. He just wants to win. That's it. He wants to win. Keep him in this locker room. Who remembers that video? That video where he's yelling at everybody and saying things like, it just hurts. I just want to win. Right? That's the heart and soul what this guy brings on your defensive side of the ball. That's Budda. That's him right here. Too many times have the Cardinals let players like Budda Baker slip. Can we name some? Guys, let me know, chat. Who are some players that the Cardinals allowed to slip and potentially won a Super Bowl somewhere else? Or just went to a good winning team and they were consistent somewhere else? Let me know those players who the Cardinals let slip. I'll let you know a few that I really was hurt about. Right? Calais Campbell still hurts to the day. Calais Campbell. Who else? Honey Badger. I understand it. The injuries and the way that the front office and him left with things wasn't a pretty thing, right? Honey Badger. Who's another name out there that the Cardinals allowed to just kind of let slip? I mean, I don't know if I would put Byron Murphy and I guess maybe Byron Murphy Jr. and then maybe Zach Allen, which he's doing really, really well in the Broncos. I'm not really there on them yet, but those are guys that the Cardinals allowed to slip as well, right? But I get it. It was under a different circumstance. Who else another player? I'm trying to think of the top of my head. Right now, the two ones that completely come to my mind is Calais and Honey Badger. Pat P, I understand why they did it. I'm not one of those guys that hate on Pat P. I know there's a lot of fans that for some reason don't like him because obviously the way that everything ended. But I'm a fan of Pat P. I really do. He's the best cornerback we've had. Lockdown cornerback. Nothing but great things from Pat P. Did his play decline at the end? It did. But I guess we can throw Pat P in there for sure. Let me get to my guy with the super chat. BBH. What's up, BBH? He says, let JT walk. Our rookie safety shows promise and hustle. Love what I've seen from him. Plus, happy Budda staying. Plus, you hear Cowboys open to trading Micah. So, I heard it, but I also did hear that they're not open. Like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know, like, how much really, like, the whole Micah Parsons thing is, like, it moves back and forth so much. So I don't really know exactly what to believe when it comes down to Micah Parsons. Because I heard, yes, they're willing, but then also I heard that they're not willing. So I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Because there's something here on December the 16th from the score and I'll share my screen with you here. Actually, let me do that right now. Let me share my screen with you right now because you are asking about this. But in terms of JT, he's under contract. He's under contract right now. So there's no point of letting him walk, in my personal opinion, right? There's no point in letting him walk because he's under contract. I think he's doing a fantastic job right now. But let me show you this real quick, BBH. Check this out. Check this out. Here we go. Look at this. So this is from the score, right? It says Micah Parsons has no intention of leaving Dallas. We're going to figure out a way for me to be a Cowboy for life. So, this whole Micah Parsons thing, it's so fluid. It moves so back and forth. And that's just kind of the nature of the beast, right? I'm personally not going to get too excited with the opportunity of, hey, maybe the Cardinals can do something until Adam Schefter drops something, right? If Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport drop something that the Cardinals are in high contention of something like that, then I would get excited. Right now, it almost just kind of seems like a pipe dream, right? It almost kind of seems like a pipe dream right now. So there's that. But with whole JT and that's Jalen Thompson, I mean, he's under contract. There's no point in letting him walk to me. He's still being very, very productive for the Cardinals as of right now. Here we go. Jake with the $20 donation. Oh, my goodness gracious. Jake, I appreciate you, man. He says this. Hippo character. Oh, okay. So this is a sticker. This is a sticker. I learned this the hard way. Last time I read this, and I was like, what does this mean? What are you guys chatting to me? But when you're putting a sticker, I can't see it on my end. But this is a sticker. It's basically a hippo dancing around. I appreciate the super sticker, my guy Jake. Thank you so very much. I'm not going to read this because it sounds really dumb, but basically it's a super sticker. Thank you so very much for the very, very generous donation. You're happy. I'm happy. This is absolutely an amazing time right now because Budda Baker is a member of the Arizona Cardinals for years, right? If anybody ever doubted to get themselves a Budda Baker jersey, if anybody ever doubted, get yourself a Budda Baker jersey. Get yourself a Budda Baker jersey. This is the man right here, man. This is the guy. That's going to be my next jersey. It was either him or Trey McBride. Yes. I'm going to go and get one. I'm going to get one. Don't doubt yourself, ladies and gentlemen. This was the thing that the Cardinals needed to do. A staple point. A staple point on this defense. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, amazing move, man. Amazing move. Anthony in the chat says, do you think we're signing back Kazir White? I mean, I feel like Kazir White deserves it. I really do. There's players out there that the Cardinals need to make a big decision on, right? Kazir White, Will Hernandez, also names out there that the Cardinals need to make a decision on. It's going to be up to Monty Ossenfort. Do I think he deserves to come back? Of course. I think he's played very, very well in the middle of the defense. I think he's done a good job. Absolutely. But the reason why everybody's so excited about Budda, right, is the fact that Budda Baker, man, is leading the entire NFL. The entire NFL. Let it sink in. That's the NFC and the AFC in solo tackles. Leading the entire NFL in solo tackles. He's number 2 in total tackles. And that's obviously a combination of assists and tackles. So this is a massive move, man. He's not skipping a beat. This is Budda Baker defense, man. You get yourself multiple players like Budda Baker, you got yourself a very solid defense. This guy watches football on Thursday night football and watches film. Film junkie, he says, and I believe him. He's a film junkie. If all of our players were like Budda Baker, we would be to the moon. To the moon. Unfortunately, not all people, not all players can be Budda Baker, right? Not all players, not all people can be Budda. So, massive move, man. Massive move. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited about this move. It should have happened. I've been talking about it for at least a month, maybe 3 weeks now. Hey, hopefully this is going to happen soon because James Conner was signed. And I'm not saying James Conner shouldn't be. I'm cool. I'm glad. James Conner is an absolute beast. He should have been signed. It's one of those things, right? It's one of those things. So with the whole Micah Parsons thing, I'm not mad at it, but I'm also not going to get too excited about it. Hopefully that makes sense. RC3, what's up, buddy? Jake says, smack the like button, everybody. Absolutely appreciate you, Jake. Thank you so very much. Smack the like button, everybody. We got over 100 people on the YouTube side. Smack it up. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let me give some love to RC3. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you for being in the chat. He says, there are going to be a lot of restructured contracts to bring some more people here if we win out. If we win out, I'm going to put this right here. If we win out, my faith will be restored in a certain player that I'm not going to keep bringing his name up. My faith will be restored in a certain player. If we win out, my faith will be restored in a certain player. I want to see a division, man. It doesn't have to come this year. I know he's going to be the guy next year as well. It's just expectations just keep getting higher and higher and higher and higher. But there is a lot of money to spend next year. Got some draft capital. We got some young studs coming out of the defensive side of the ball in college. Maybe the Cardinals can get some really good studs. You know, Darius Robinson already got himself a sack. Darius Robinson's starting to kind of get his, feet under him. So, yeah, absolutely. Ivan, what's up, brother? He's celebrating 2 months of membership. Thanks, Ivan, for being a channel member here. Appreciate you. He says, another step in the right direction. Go Cardinals. Absolutely. Absolutely. NFC West is still open. You're 110% correct. 110% correct here, Jake. It is still open. Jake! Other Jake. What's up, Jake? He says, F it, we ball. Let's get Micah and spend. Go Cardinals. Here's the thing, right? It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. Seeing what we kind of saw on that post here from the score. Now, we have seen organizations say things like this before, right? And I mean, remember when the Cardinals said, Josh Rosen's our guy, right? Remember that? Remember when, the Cardinals said Josh Rosen was our guy and we went after somebody else, right? Literally the next year. But seeing something like this, right, from the score, the Cowboys are going to try everything in their power to, keep him as a Cowboy for life. I get it, man. I get where you're coming from. But it takes two to tango. Will the Cowboys be willing to do it, right? That's the big question. Will the Cowboys be willing to do it? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Appreciate the super chat, though, my guy. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's keep it with the chat here. Man, Jake's over here just becoming the funder. Just became a channel member. Sheesh. Can we get some fire emojis for my guy Jake here in the chat? Jake Freeman. My goodness. Thank you, buddy. Here we go. All right, let's keep it on the chat here. CL Forever says, I'm hoping Kyler proves me wrong. Me and you both, brother. Me and you both. Here we go. Another super chat coming our way from BBH. He says, seeing Dortch not being used again, should we let him go this time? Also, White been a bright spot in the linebacker room. I say keep her 2 more years. Yeah, 100% agree. If you can get Kazir White for 2 more years, what is Kazir White at? I think he's like 28, right? Let's see here. Kazir White's, I think he's 28, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's 28. So he's going to be 29, and then 30 in March. So March 24th and 25, 26. Yeah, I'm cool with 2 years. Yeah, I think he's a stud. Bring him back. Bring him back. And that's one thing that people don't understand as well. Like, we got a lot of money to spend, but you also got to realize that the Cardinals are probably going to try to bring back some of their players back, right? Like Kazir White. They're going to have to make a decision on Will Hernandez. Do they want to bring back Will Hernandez? Or do they like what they have in Tristan Colon, which will be cheaper? Or do they like what they have in Isaiah Adams, what they drafted this year, right? He's been ticking in the right direction. He wasn't great coming out of the draft for sure. He needed to fine-tune some things, but maybe they go the cheaper route. So we'll see. I think we have a little bit more depth when it comes down to the line. Not fantastic depth, but they can develop. we don't have a lot of depth in the linebacker, and especially the middle linebacker. So I agree. I think Kazir White should be top of mind for sure. Seeing Dortch not being used again, should we let him go this time? You're saying not being used for the year, right? Because this last week he was used, but it's very spotty, right? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Dortch, man, because I really like Dortch as a player. I think he's a fantastic slot wide receiver for the Cardinals. It's just one of those things where, like, this offense just can't seem to get these slot guys going, right? Because you can also put in, Zay Jones in the slot as well. I was a big fan of Xavier Weaver myself, the undrafted guy out of Colorado. I think he's a stud. Now, he's going to have to pay his dues. Is he going to be the guy? Or are the Cardinals potentially going to go after somebody in the draft too? Because I was asked this not too long ago. Should the Cardinals go for somebody asked me, should the Cardinals go for a wide receiver in the first round? Somebody asked me. Should the Cardinals go for somebody in the first round? And I was like, I guess depending on who falls, right? I was like, depending who falls, because in my mind, I kept thinking to myself, like, no, I want a defensive line. I want a defensive line, right? But, like, let's say, for example, let's say Luther Burton, the third, falls, right? Let's say, for example, Luther Burton falls to the Cardinals, right? A yak machine, right? And that's what we're missing. We're missing a guy that can create yards after the catch right now, right? That's what we're missing. Now, I'm also a big fan of Emeka Ibuka, which is the same wide receiver that was in the same team as Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, I get it. If you're a little hesitant on Ohio State wide receivers, then okay, I'll give you that. But let's say, for example, the Cardinals are high on a Luther Burton the third, and he's there. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I feel like the Cardinals can do anything, and I will make peace either way. Either way. Or you go offensive lineman too. I'm cool with that as well. You go offensive lineman, you go defensive lineman, you go edge, because like it just depends, man. Like, what are the Cardinals going to do in free agency, right? With the amount of money that we're going to have, it's probably going to still be upwards of 70, maybe 80 mil with all the extensions that we're probably going to have to do. 85? I don't know. I'm not going to math on top of my head right now, but we're still going to have a good amount of money bringing back the players that we believe in, right? So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. BBH, another one. My goodness. I should get that the DJ Khaled, right? Another one. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the super chat. He says, breaking news, Penix named starting quarterback for the Falcons. Got the notification from Underdog. No way. I saw a little bit of rumors about this earlier. Yep. There it is. Ian Rappaport, 9 minutes ago. The Falcons are moving over to Michael Penix. Kirk Cousins is done. Wow. Now, I'm not going to sit here and speculate with the... Okay, let's look at this real quick. Just because we have a little time. If you guys do not know, I do have to go live on the NFC West roundtable in about 13 minutes, so we can't go too crazy. But check this out real quick. I just saw this tweet here from Adam Schefter, and then, of course, Ian Rappaport was the one that I originally saw the breaking news from. But check this out here real quick. And I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, the Cardinals need to go after Cousins. I'm not going to say that, but this is interesting. Check this out. Actually, let's do this. Let's get this out of here and let's change there you go. Let's change the fonts. Let's put it on this one. It's going to be a little bigger here. There we go. That's better. All right. So the math. If the Falcons were to cut Kirk Cousins prior to the start of the 2025 season league year, they would have $65 million in dead money. Yeesh. If they were to trade him, the $27.5 million base salary guaranteed would transfer over to the acquiring team. So then the Falcons would just be responsible for the 37.5 of the proration. Wow. Yeah, wait, no. Yeah, we that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. People that don't like Kyler, is it going to happen? We ain't paying that much at all. Nope, but that's insane. Michael Penix. the new starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. What a day to be alive. What a night to cover the Arizona Cardinals / the NFL right now. That is insane. That is insane. Well, Budda Baker gets an extension. Cardinal fans are excited. James Conner's here for a few more years. Now we're just waiting for Trey McBride. That's all we're waiting for now, ladies and gentlemen. What a day. What a day. Richie in the chat says, who cares about the Falcons right now? No, I mean, that's fair. But I mean, it's wild because the Falcons were overachieving at one point, at least in my mind. They were overachieving at one point and then just completely went down the train. Like they just went. So they kind of have to go to their rookie quarterback, which was really weird at the time. Because remember how weird that whole draft pick was from the Falcons? Everybody was stunned. Everybody was shocked. We were like, what? You just got Kirk Cousins and you got yourself a QB? Well, now now they don't look so dumb anymore. They don't look so dumb anymore. Victor in the chat says, come on, Monty, let's get McBride. I think it'll happen. It'll happen. I think it'll happen. If we don't, Trey McBride, I will cry. I think we will. Have some faith. I think we'll bring him back. RC3, what's up, buddy? He says, let me just say this. The Cards will be drafting strong and trade as 2027 first-round pick for a top edge. The Cardinals are going to spend wisely and comfortably to make a better franchise. Draft strong and trade as... So you're saying that they're going to trade somebody to get like an edge rusher is what you're saying? Well, right now, I mean... Let's look at potential. Let's look at potential free agents here in 2025. Now, potential, right? Keep in mind, this is potential. Like, they could be signed, they could be signed. But let's take a look here. I got to figure out how to filter this because it's all filtered through like running backs right now, and that's definitely not what I want. Oh, here we go, edge. I don't even think that the edge class is going to be great, to be honest with you. Like right now, the edge class is Khalil Mack, Matt Judon, Hassan Reddick, which I think there's Josh Sweat. Maybe the Cardinals can go all in Josh Sweat. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Chase Young, Davenport. I mean, there's not a lot of edge players that are like... And even then, Josh Sweat is listed as a defensive end, not an outside linebacker. So, like, the class isn't fantastic, right? So, maybe they do. Yeah, maybe they do make a trade. Who knows, right? Who knows? We'll have to kind of wait and see. Jake in the chat says, we will win the rest of the regular season. Man, my guy Jake up in here with just happiness. Chase Young, if we can get him on a cheap deal, I'm cool with it. He better not be expecting no J.J. Watt numbers. Let me just tell you that. If we can get him on a cheap deal, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Like I said, if he's expecting a big deal, nah. Out with the mess. But I wouldn't be mad if it's a reasonable deal for the Cardinals, for sure. Do me a huge favor. Smack up the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smack it up. We got over 100 of you guys here watching on the YouTube side, or actually just short of 100 right now. Smack up the like button. Do me a huge favor. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes, which is only like 12 likes away, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to be closing up shop here pretty soon because I got to go ahead and get ready here for the NFC West Roundtable, which we go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I got to put my stunner shades on because the Cardinals got to win. And hopefully, we can continue to stack up dubs. Hopefully, we can continue to stack up dubs. For the people that are just joining in right now and wondering what the heck is currently going on, we are covering the fact that the Arizona Cardinals and Budda Baker have signed a extension with each other. Everybody's excited. Everybody's happy. But this is pretty much what the contract, consists of. A 3-year extension, $30 million guaranteed, but it's a $54 million 3-year deal. So let me start that over. Brain was moving faster than my mouth. Or sorry, my mouth was moving faster than my brain. So it was a 3-year extension, $54 million, $30 million guaranteed. The $18 million APY deal is the largest third contract for a safety in the NFL history. So, there you go. There you go. That's what we're covering, ladies and gentlemen. Budda Baker is now a member of the Cardinals for years to come. Get yourself a Budda Baker jersey because he's going to be a Cardinal for years. And I'm super, super excited about this move. Truly, truly I am. BBH, what's up, man? He says, if 49ers get Genty in the draft, I'm going to cry. That's fair. I mean, you think they will with C-Mac and potentially Mason and Garendo? I guess whoever the 49ers seem to get, like, their running backs are always good. If they do get that would be crazy. That would be wild. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That would be wild. Let's see here. We got my guy in the chat says, get Monty. I don't think I have a Monty Awesome for emoji, but I'm going to have to get that. I think I'm going to have to get that situated. Yeah, I think I have to get a Monty Awesome. I think I do have a Monty Awesome for emoji, if I'm not mistaken, for the members out there. But yeah. So that's what we're covering, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news for the world of the Cardinals. He is a member of the Cardinals for years to come. Super, super excited about it. We are going to be closing up shop right here. Like I said before, I have to go get ready for the NFC West Roundtable. If you guys do not know what that is, every Tuesday at 7 p.m., we go live with every single member of the NFC West. We got a Rams host. We got a Cardinals host, which is me. We got the 49ers host. And then you got a Rams host. On the NFC West Roundtable, which we're going to be going live here in the next 4 or 5 minutes. We chop it up. We tell you guys exactly what's going on in the world and of the NFC West, what they feel like is going to happen, what I feel like is going to happen, and all being hosted by my guy Z-Bot, which is a Bills fan. Go figure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me give a huge shout out here to my guy, Ivan. Own the roundtable. Let's head over, people. There you go, Ivan. Appreciate you. Yes, go on over to the NFC West roundtable. Make some noise. We're going to be going live over there here pretty soon. We're going to get the stunner shades on, and we're going to have a very, very good time here, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you, Ivan. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. BBH, Jake, other Jake, everybody for super chatting, everybody for smacking the like button, everybody for tuning in. You guys have all been amazing. This is an amazing time to be an Arizona Cardinal fan. Let's see what 2025 holds for our boys. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cardinals.